The District 8 race has several women vying for the U.S. House seat. Tyler Fingert is in our broadcast center with a look at the trend that has more women on the ballot this year.
Arizona is a leader when it comes to women in politics, with the state legislature made up of 40% women. But the story is different on the national level.
As of today, I am a candidate for the United States Senate for Arizona.
I'm ready to get to Washington and serve us all.
It's a trend that's hard not to notice. Women in potentially record numbers running for political office.
I think this is a chance to really show how new blood and new ideas and women can shine in politics and in Washington, D.C.
Kelly Ward is hoping to be the first female senator from the Grand Canyon state.
I think it's great that women are breaking those glass ceilings, but I don't want to make it all about, hey, we need the best woman for the job. We need the best person for the job. We need the best representative for the job.
But some candidates, whether they admit it or not, are making their gender part of the discussion.
I'm a fighter pilot, and I talk like one. That's why I told Washington Republicans to grow a pair of ovaries and get the job done.
Representative Martha McSally is also running for Arizona's open Senate seat. So is Representative Kirsten Sinema. There are men in the race, like controversial former Sheriff Joe Arpaio, but it's the number of women that are raising some eyebrows.
I think it's a story. I mean, you have 3 of the 4 major candidates in running for the U.S. Senate are women. I don't think that happens very often.
Kim Fritkin is an Arizona State University political science professor who co-authored a book called The Changing Face of Representation.
Having women in powerful positions in government actually mobilizes other women and makes them feel more engaged.
It's not just happening in Arizona. Women are seeking office across the country. According to the Center for American Women and Politics, 50 female Senate candidates have filed or are likely to file for the midterm elections this year, up from 40 in 2016.
The national movement, the Women's March, the Me Too movement, I think that's all feeding into mobilizing women to run for political office.
Allegations of sexual harassment are shaking up the political field, including here in Arizona. Former Congressman Trent Franks resigned after allegations of inappropriate conduct that led to an investigation, allowing women to step up and run for office.
I believe that elected officials who abuse the system and hurt other people through sexual harassment or sexual abuse have lost their privilege to serve, and they should resign.
Women lawmakers in Washington are a small minority, making up only 20% of Congress. But the energy is changing at the local level.
We have the highest number of women serving in the entire country in any state legislative chamber.
Kimberly Yee is the Arizona Senate Majority Leader. She says she was inspired to get into politics when in 1998, all 5 of the state's top offices were held by women.
I have been a long advocate for encouraging young women to not only get involved civically in their local jurisdictions, but also to encourage them to be leaders in their communities.
And while some of the women we talk to are running against each other, they understand the significance of winning.
I think women have to see women running to be inspired to do that, and the more who run, the more it just sort of self-perpetuates the excitement in women getting involved.
A desire for change, pushing more women into politics. If Republican Debbie Lesko wins the primary tonight, we could be looking at an all-female lineup when it comes to Election Day in April. In the broadcast center, Tyler Fingert, Cronkite News.